Recorded the clap. Awesome. So it is Sunday, December 8th. And I am so excited to be on here with all of you. I see some new faces. I see some old faces. I see lots of faces. It's the holidays, and it's a busy time of the year. And I can definitely understand that and appreciate that. So I want to acknowledge every single one of you for taking time out of your busy schedules to put your business first tonight for 30 minutes. I acknowledge all of you for that. So if you do not know me, I am Sydney Lich. I've been with Isagenix for 2.5 years. I'm very honored to be trading the team call tonight. I'm not really going to share much of my story tonight. I'm just going to jump into training. If you want to see my story, you can check out another video. But this training is about NYKO. And it is all about events, and it is all about why events are the lifeblood of your business, if you will. And I want to share a story actually about one of my first events and some of the things that I've done to get to events, because sometimes getting to events is not the easiest thing, right? Sometimes the universe is like, we're going to test you and make sure you want to actually get there. How many, show of hands, how many of you have been to a Core 4 event before? Show of hands. Most of you on this screen, beautiful. How many of you have brought team to an event with you before? Yeah, amazing. A couple less hands, that's all right. And how many of you have let life get in the way at times? Be honest. How many of you have let life get in the way and missed a main event for Isagenix? A couple of you. Thank you for being honest. Thank you so much. Okay, perfect. I like that. Thank you. So when I started Isagenix, I was 22 years old. I'd gotten a package in the mail with my box. 2 weeks later, celebration was happening. I had no idea what celebration was. All I knew is that Jessica told me I needed to get to Phoenix, or it was Vegas. She goes, you need to come to Vegas. I had $50 to my name, like $50, and no nice clothes. I borrowed all of my outfits from other people. I bought a $20 pair of high heels because all I had was a pair of Converse and a pair of gym shoes. And I remember putting the entire trip on a card because I could not afford a flight. I could not afford a ticket. I could not afford, thank God I got a discount with the value pack, right? It's $75 off. And I could not afford a hotel. But somehow I made it happen. I made it work. And because I went to the event, my entire life and my entire business changed. And I tell people all the time on the phone, if I would have not gotten to that event, that very first event, and made an excuse of why I couldn't go because I had every excuse in the book. I just moved across the country to a new state where I knew one person, and it was the person who enrolled me into Isagenix, and I had no money. I had every excuse not to go, but I tell people all the time, if I would not have gone to that event, I would not still be in Isagenix right now. I can truly say I would not have made it through the adversity that I've faced in the last 2.5 years, because Isagenix events are something special. And what Isagenix events have done for me is what I'm about to share with all of you guys, but really Isagenix events will I believe they'll make or break your business. If in any way you feel like there's a fire in your belly to do this business or to build this business, you've got to get to the event. You've got to get to NYKO. I don't care what your excuse is. I'm just going to be the one to say it to you guys, because you can give me every single excuse and I can help you find a way out of it. I have missed weddings, family weddings for events. I have quit 2 jobs to make it to Super Saturdays. I was working like part-time, like hostess job, or like little things in the pockets of my day. I was helping people online. I quit those jobs so that I could make it to Super Saturday, to events, to Core 4 events. I cut my paycheck because I knew the amount of money I would make by getting to the event and learning the information from the leaders was going to help me in the future make more. And so I really want all of you, if you're like, oh, I have this and I have this, I understand. I totally can appreciate it. And there's always a way. If Eden and Zach have taught me anything, no matter what it is in life, there is always a way. There's always a solution. So inviting to events is a skill that takes a lot of practice and a lot of work. And I remember when I first started, I was really bad at it. And in my first, I've been to, this will be my 6th, NYKO will be my 6th Core 4, or my sixth main event. So NYKO or celebration event that I've gone to. And in my first event, I brought one person. I could barely even get there. I don't know how I got somebody else there with me, but I dragged my best friend. She's gone now, right? Some people don't last. My second and third and fourth and fifth event, the most I've ever had at those events, people sitting next to me is 9 people. And I finally, this last event, I really took a look at my business and I thought, if I focus, because I know that my income grows with the more butts I have in seats. Eric Worre does a whole training on it. The more people you have butts in seats, the more your income is going to grow. It's almost exactly correlated to what your income will be the next year. And I looked at it and I thought, if I treat inviting into NYKO as if it were my income producing activities every single day, what would it look like? And I started to get to work, and I'm going to show you guys the language that I use, but I started to get to work, and for NYK, I already have 40 people that are joining. And I'm looking to get that up to 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I would love to bring 100. I made a bet with Zach that I could get 100 there. That's why I'm really gunning, right? But inviting to events I've gotten a lot of practice. And so I'm going to share with you guys what I've been doing. But events are everything, and they work. They do the work for us. And it gives people a chance to really sit in the seat and see what this could be for them. And it paints the entire picture of Isagenix, the community, the leadership. It builds belief like we cannot do. And when I talk to people, I tell them, this condenses 6 months of training into 2 days. So either you can work with me for 6 months, or you can get your booty to Phoenix and do the training in 2 days, and you can go way faster. It's up to you, right? So we give them the option, but not everyone at events are leaders, but every leader is at an event. And just like I've heard Jess and Zach and Eden always say it, not everybody who comes to an event will be successful, but everybody who is successful is at the events. Same with the team calls, right? It's just what we do. It's our business. It's what we do. But when you're inviting into events, there's 3 different levels of inviting and skills in inviting. So posers in network marketing, I like to call them posers. Posers announce that there's an event. And this could be from a very small Super Saturday or shake tasting all the way up to NYKO and celebration. And practicing, that's why we do little events. It's to learn how to practice into inviting into events. All year I've done these little Wednesday events, and I've invited in every single week. I've invited, right? Just like we're inviting to take a look at Isagenix. And then we build into the big events and it becomes easier. But posers announce events. They post on their Instagram. They announce it to everyone. That doesn't work. It really doesn't. I don't ever hardly announce on social media that we have an event. I invite personally. Amateurs invite. Amateurs invite into events. And I see this a lot with people who are, just using products, things like that. They'll call their people or they'll talk to their people and they're like, hey, there's this event, you should come. It's going to be super, super fun, which can be effective. And that's what I was doing the last couple years. And I was inviting people, and if they wanted to come, they would come. And then I had 9 people there with me, right? Professionals promote events, and they are relentless. And they do not stop. And you keep going. And you'll tell people about events 7 times, and you'll check in on them every single day. And you'll say, when are you going to get your ticket? By when are you going to get your ticket? Do you want me to put you in my calendar for Sunday? You're going to have your ticket by Sunday. You're coming to this event. We're getting you to this event. What can we do? Let's go. And everyone's like, stop talking about the event. There's more important things in life. There's not. This event is the most important thing in my life right now, and the most important thing in your life right now. And if you do not believe that, then you need to reassess your priorities in Isagenix, because if you don't believe that NYKO is the thing that could change that person's life, you need to have an experience at an event. First of all, if you haven't been to an event, you need to lead by example. If I was sitting up here and telling all of you guys, you need to get to the event and you need to get every single person that you know to an event, and I had never been to an event, you'd be like, I'm not going to listen to her. This is a business of leading by example. So going to an event and then having a result in your business, and then sharing that with people as you tell them about the event. I really want everybody to write this down. If you have a pen and paper, if you want to put it on a notepad, whatever, listen carefully. Stop acting like you are inconveniencing people around you for inviting them to NYKO. So many people, we like prejudge if people would want to go. We're scared to ask people if they want to come to an event. Stop acting like, and I just want you to write it down so that you can actually like see if you feel that way. Because I know even people in my team, I talk to them and they're like, oh yeah, I told her about it, but like I didn't want to bug her. And like, I'm like, you think you're going to bug somebody by inviting them to an event that will change their life? I didn't even get an option. Jess was like, you don't have any money? I don't care. We're getting you there. Let's go buy some heels. I was like, okay, like I'll follow you, right? And that's how I treat it now. I don't treat it like, hey, like if you want to come to this event, if it makes you feel good, like that, you can come. No, I never prejudge anyone. And in the last month, I've gone through every single person in my back office, and I recommend you guys do this too. And I've reached out to them to reconnect with them. And every single person, I ask them, what are you doing January 22nd through 24th? Or 22nd through 25th. You got to know what days it is if you're inviting to an event. But you clear the schedule. You go through your back office and you text everyone, you reconnect with them, you ask them what they're doing those days, and they say nothing. Why? You say, are you open to getting on the phone this week? I have a question I want to ask you. It's just that simple. And then you get on the phone with them, and the language that I use is I mean, obviously I reconnect with the person. I ask them how they're doing. I say, look, there's an event in Phoenix, Arizona on January 22nd to 25th, or the 24th and 25th. Those are the days of the actual event. I would love to have you there. I know that it was really important for you to blank, blank, and blank, or I thought of you because blank, blank, and blank. Like I really personalize it for that person, why I thought they would love to come to the event. Whether it's, I know you're just part of the community and you love using the products, but I really want you to know what's available here for you from a community perspective. Because I know having a support system for me changed my life. It's really changed everything. Having a circle of people. I know you said you're wanting to up-level your circle. I know you're wanting to personally develop. This is it. This is how you're going to do that. And I keep thinking about you, and I would love to have you sitting next to me at the event. Or I know that you're wanting to hit a financial home run and you want to make a seven-figure residual income on top of your income already. You're coming to this event. I would love to have you there. This is going to be the thing that changes the game for you. And I'm super real with people. Even the other day, I called one of my girls. I called her out of the blue and I was like, hey, what's up? Like, what's going on? And we started talking and I was like, look, and you have to be real with these people. No one wants you to sugarcoat anything. And it's because you care. And I told this lady, this woman, she's amazing and she's young and she wants financial freedom, but she's a little bit scared. And I said, look, you're going to come to this event. We're going to do whatever we need to do to get you there. I'm going to support you every step of the way. And if you come to this event, you'll know right away if Isagenix is for you or not. And if it's not for you, I'll refund your ticket. If it's not for you, I'll refund your ticket. She's like, oh my gosh. She's like, no, that sounds good. I'd actually really like to come. I had heard about it. I'd like to come. I'm like, awesome. Before that, she was a little hesitant. And I shared with her, I was like, I won't use her name, but here's the deal. I was like, I know that you want financial freedom. You don't know if you have a vehicle for it. And you don't know if Isagenix is it for you. And if you're fine with doing what you're doing right now, where you're working your 9 to 5 and you're driving to work and sitting in traffic like you said you hate, and you have more month than money and you don't have savings and you're spinning your wheels, if you feel comfortable living like that for the rest of your life, then continue what you're doing. And if you want a different reality, if you want to change your life, if you have many mindset issues, like whatever it is, get to this event. Because I know that you don't invest in yourself. I know you said you have, you don't want to invest in yourself and you feel bad spending money and coming to an event. If you feel bad spending money and coming to an event to put yourself first and to potentially have financial freedom for the rest of your life, you're going to stay where you're at right now for a very, very long time. And if that feels comfortable for you, then go ahead. But all I know is that I'm really glad that I decided to go to the event 2 years ago. Like, be so real with people. I'm so sick of industry overthinking things and thinking like, am I saying the right thing? Am I saying the wrong thing? Like, speak from your heart, guys. Speak from your heart when you talk to people and tell them why you think of them. Is this landing for some of you? Like, oh, maybe I need to get out of my head and like into my heart when I'm talking to people. Because I know that the second that I just stopped caring what I sounded like and I spoke to people the way that they deserve to be talked to and that nobody else is talking to them like in their life, because everybody just is okay with everybody else playing small. Like, people wake up when you do that. They wake up when you be real with them. And then you help them make a plan. You're never begging people to come to the event, but you're also not begging them. Like, sometimes I got to follow up. Even people on my team who have been to events, I follow up with them, and these girls on here, they'll know. Because I'm freaking Lex. She's smiling. I texted her like 4 times last week. I'm like, when are you getting your ticket, girl? And she's been to like every event. I'm like, when are you getting your ticket? It's not in my back office downline registration report. Let's go, right? And she got her ticket. But it's following up, not for you, but for them, because the investment that you make into them right now, that time investment, is so worth it. It's gonna pay you all so much more in the future. And it shouldn't just be you reaching out to your people personally. Like Crystal and Lex, like, they can talk to each other about getting to events because we're all a team. We all get to go. So then we help people get there. And I do this with everybody. It's like, okay, because this is what the Slobans did with me when I first started. What do you need? Like, what do you need to get there? What's standing in the way between where you're at right now and where you need to be to get to the event? And a lot of times it's money. A lot of times it's, I got to take care of the kids, and you get to problem solve with them. Like, if I can get you a ticket, if I'm willing to invest in you and you book your flight and you book your hotel, if I got you a ticket, would that help relieve some of the stress? Or if I can show you a way to share with 2 people and make $550 to be able to make some money back, would you be open to learning how? So we can get you to the event and have you a little less financially strapped. So you make the plan, you ask them, what do you need to get there? And then you help them problem solve. And then, little tip, everybody brings 2 people. Every single person that you talk to, say, awesome, who are 2 people you're bringing with you to this event? And if every single person brings 2 people, they're probably going to at least bring 1. If you tell everybody, hey, bring 2 people, they're probably going to bring 1, which is huge. If every single person in your team, imagine if they brought 1 other person. You set the standard with 2 and they bring 1, and that's amazing. Because what I know for sure is that I have sat through too many flipping events wishing I had other people sitting next to me. And I don't know if any of you can relate. Once you go to an event, it isn't about you anymore. You've gone to the event. You know the information. The other people in your life deserve to be sitting next to you, and for you to not invite them and be a stand for them and help them get there and empower them to get there and do something radical in their life, that's an inconvenience. That's inconveniencing people around you. When you're not willing to share the gift because I talk to people all the time, they're like, oh my gosh, I just loved the event. I'm so excited to come next time. I'm like, awesome, who are you bringing? If it's so great, why are you not sharing it with everybody in your life? Everybody gets to bring 2 people with them, because the feeling of going to an event alone year after year is exhausting. It's tiring. It's like, okay, I gotta go prospect. I gotta go do this. When you have your team in that room, they're learning the information. You don't have to do anything. They get everything they need. It's leverage. And there's nothing better than seeing the people in your team light up, have light bulb moments, freaking figure things out, and just like soar afterwards. Nothing is more exciting than that. To have them come up to you and be like, and I remember this with all my girls. I remember after at celebration, we had like a little dinner. We all were doing takeaways. Like, that is like the juice. That's what makes me feel so excited about building this business, is when people are like, oh, my light bulb moment was this, or I really resonated with this. I learned this. It just changed my entire life. I had this breakthrough. People are crying. People are happy. People are laughing. Like, it's something you can't experience otherwise. And you've got to start giving that gift to people. And some other little tips of things I do. When you're on the phone with people, cast a vision for them. People are prospects until they're earning 6 and 7 figures in this business. I really believe that. People are not prospects once you enroll them. Every single person, once you enroll them, they're just getting started. So continuing to re-enroll them every day into their vision, that's our job once they start. I just had a call with Ashton today. I'm calling you out. And she hasn't felt, she's been in a slump. And I was like, what's your why? Tell me your why. Like, let's dig deep. Let's go. And it got her reinvigorated, right? She's freaking on fire. She's excited. Sometimes we have to re-excite ourselves. And it's the same with events. You got to get on the phone and say, like, you know, when you told me you wanted to leave your job and be able to stay home with your husband, were you serious or were you just kidding around? And if you were serious, the next step is getting to an event. Like, how amazing would it feel to go to this event and have every tool, ounce of confidence and belief in this company and this business and every skill that you need to go be successful, and you come home on fire and it just clicks for you? How would that feel for you to be able to do all the things you want to do? When you can read that, like, that's exciting. That is so exciting for me. When you see people be like, oh my gosh, I can do that. Like, let's do it. What do we need to do? Instead of a mindset of, I can't make it work, how can I make it work? It's enrolling. It's always enrolling is enrolling is enrolling. It doesn't matter if you're enrolling someone into getting on the phone with you, enrolling someone on a value pack, enrolling someone into an event. It's all the same. Nothing beats your excitement for it, though. Everyone, when they talk to me, they're like, you're just so excited. You're more excited about me than I am. I'm like, you should be this excited. Like, this is a really exciting thing. And then you can also create FOMO. I've done this before. I said on the other day on a call, I was like, here's the deal. You're going to be on Instagram on January 24th, and you're going to be pissed you're not in Phoenix. You're going to be really upset. Because I know what is literally the only reason that Mackenzie went to an event, Mackenzie Funk went to an event, is because I got her sister to come. She did a 3-way with me and her sister to enroll her sister, and her sister committed to the event. And then Mackenzie was like, okay, well, I can't miss out. I got to come. When you tell people that they're going to be missing out and they're going to be watching it on social media, I know that's Crystal's another example. I'm using all my girls tonight. Crystal's another example. I was at an event. She texted me. She goes, I've been watching you for a year. You're at the event. I want to be there. Sign me up. Events do magical things for people. But FOMO does really magical things for people as well. And then you pump them up. You got to pump people up. Like, let's do this. Let's go impact the world. It's going to be a challenge. There's going to be roadblocks getting there, getting to the event, getting your people to events. There's going to be issues. Let's just do it. What do we have to lose? And again, if you don't feel like Isogenics is for you after the event, which I've never had anybody do, I'll give you your money back for your ticket. I'll give you $169 back, right? And mastering the skill of inviting doesn't mean that you have to master all the perfect language and NLP, and there's skills that we know, right? Zach has videos on inviting to events, and we can use those skills. But at the end of the day, the most important thing when it comes to inviting into NYKO, because here's the deal, all of you guys are on this call. Most of you raised your hands when you said you've been to an event. I want all of you guys to have someone with you. It's their turn. You've had your turn to experience the magic that Isogenics is. If you don't share it and you keep showing up alone, what are you doing? Like, really? What's the point of this? There's no point. Bring people with you, but master the excitement and channel. Even before I got on this call, I sat here and I channeled what excited me about the first time I stepped into that room, and the feeling that I felt when Tony Robbins had us jumping up and down, and my voice was gone and I was sweating, and I have chills right now because I remember what a life-changing moment that was for me, to be in a room of people who cared and who loved me and didn't even know me, and I hadn't done anything, and I hadn't made the couple $100s in Isogenics, and there was a sea of people who all had this vision and this belief in what we could do to change the world. That was exciting for me, and that feeling is still in my heart, and you get to share that with people. If you've been to an event, you get to share that with people and not care if people think you're weird, because all of you guys probably think I'm weird right now. I don't care. You can't care if people think you're weird. You can't care what they're going to think. People are going to tell you, you keep asking them anyways. It's not about you. It is about them. Master the excitement that you have. Master the passion that you have for events. Master the skills that you need to be able to enroll people into their vision. But you can only do that through practice, and you can only do that through trial and error. And you can only do that by going to events alone and learning your lesson that it's not as fun. And then bringing a couple people, and a few people will fall off. And then you invite, a few more. Someone ditches out right before. You find somebody else to fill their ticket. You keep going until you fill that room with people. I believe Zach and Ian went from, at one event, like 10 people, to the next event, they had like 150 people. Zach and Ian aren't special. They did the work. They went and did whatever it took to grow their team fast. They had no other skills than we did. They didn't even have a system. It's the same for me. I had 10 people. Now I'm going to have 40. We're growing. But that doesn't happen if I don't get on the phone with my people and just pour into them and believe in them. These people haven't had anyone believe in them before. That's our job. It's to believe in them, believe that they can do it, help them figure out a way, and invite them to one of the things that could truly change their life. Because you never know when you're going to have a mini little Sydney Lich who's 22, doesn't have money for high heels that don't leave blisters and bruises on her feet. And she sits in that room and she sees all these millionaires on stage and wants to be that. My first day at an event, I looked over at Zach and Aiden and I said, I'm going to be one of the youngest Isogenics millionaires in this entire company. The first day I went to an Isogenics event, within 10 minutes. Do you want to have one of those people in the room? Because if you don't invite, it's never going to happen. I want to have another one of those people in the room. I want to have a new person there that sits there and is like, wow, that just changed my entire life. That's exciting. So, I know all of you guys will be at Isogenics NYKO 2020. So who are you going to bring with you? I will see you all there. Have a beautiful night. Talk to you soon.